Ladies and gentlemen, today we discuss once again the reasons why the ENDF was able to defeat TPLF in a relatively short period of 15 days. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the bulk of TPLF is composed of paramilitary regional forces, police, local vigilante militias, and irregulars. In battle, TPLF uses light infantry formations and adopts guerrilla tactics, making limited and sporadic strikes on passive and defensive positions of their enemies, that is the federal government troops as well as police and security forces. The main aim of this tactic by TDF is to tire and pester the government forces, forcing them to withdraw to defensive positions. TPLF obviously has very little logistical and political support outside Tigray region, and it relied heavily on external support for intelligence on enemy positions. There is incontrovertible evidence that the United States, Italy, Denmark, and Egypt provided the Tigray Defense Forces with still satellite images, geolocation data on federal government troop movements and active deployment. This was the reason that the TPLF was able to have a run southwards towards Addis Ababa, a very uninterrupted run. And in a period of 6 months, the southernmost column of TDF was merely 250 kilometers north of the city of Addis Ababa. The run towards the city was mainly tactless. It was poorly coordinated. The TDF did not consolidate its positions in the newly captured towns. It did not even bother to earn the trust of the local population. To the contrary, the TDF adopted barbaric and outdated methods of war. They made needless attacks on civilians, committed atrocities, rapes, pillaging, and looting. And this did not give them an opportunity to create a dependable bulwark of a reliable and supportive laded population in Afar and Amhara regions. These outright criminal acts created apathy in the local populations in Afar and Amhara regions. On the other hand, the weather too favored TDF. Better Amhara region is mountainous and fairly foggy most of the time in the year. But however, in the rainy season, it is in fact impossible to even conduct visual flights. It's impossible to fly above 10,000 feet and be able to see what is happening on the ground. This was the reason the Ethiopian National Defense Forces were not able to carry out airstrikes on rebel positions at the beginning of the onslaught by the rebels towards Addis Ababa. However, we all know that when the weather changed in October this year, the Ethiopian National Defense Forces were able to carry out sorties and surgical strikes on TDF columns in Wollo and Afar regions, as well as in Tigray, that is within the city of Mekele. At the same time, within that period, the Ethiopian National Defense Forces were able to acquire advanced weapon systems, mainly from Turkey, from Iran, and even from China. They were able to get combat drones too. They were also able to refurbish their fighter aircraft. And at the same time, ENDF was getting reliable intelligence on TDF troop movements, since the population in Afar and Amhara despised the TPLF. They actually wanted the TPLF out of their regions. This is the reason the ENDF has managed to undo the territorial gains TDF had made in 6 months in a record 15 days. Ladies and gentlemen, this kind of defeat of an insurgent group fighting mainly using guerrilla tactics and light infantry is monumental. It has never happened anywhere in the world. The TDF has been rooted out in a record 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And this is something that will be studied by military historians for a very long time to come. Thank you.